right back again with another video. We'll be going over the engravements and my thoughts on each one of them. So yeah. First we have armor. At maximum level, it will reduce the damage per shot by 100. So this is only good for countering rocket launchers, maybe flames, and then maybe flamethrowers. Maybe flames and maybe machine guns. But it's mostly used for rocket launchers. I'll go ahead and show you an example from today where I went completely unboosted with Mega Smokey on Chimera. So right now, just doing the usual path. Your pathing still has to be good when you're doing this. That goes for any map with Zukas, but once you're at the end, it just makes it a lot easier. Not having to use shocks on anything hardly at all. Except for the defense that hit really hard. It's like mortars and shock launchers, flames, and whatever else. Yeah, so level 13, rockets cannot hurt me at all. Go ahead and see here. Go ahead and clear out that shock launcher and then move past their mortars so I get tagged up. And yeah, had no damage taken by the rockets on my Zukas as well. Cutter's at like a trip now, so they also get that benefit. Next up, Power Surge. Get an extra 55% per building destroyed. So depending on how they round up in the game, it could be, I think it's a alternating 4 to 5 per building. Could be pretty good. This is pretty good. The only problem I have with it is a lot of bases. I run Zukas primarily. I have one armor account with Hike. But the only problem with this, like bases like Ransom, did I have a Ransom the other day? Yes, I did. Yeah, so like bases like this, 90% of the time it'll look just like this where you cannot farm at all on the beach. And so if you had that engravement running, you're not getting any benefit out of the engravement. Let's see what it was. Yeah, 19 I may be able to just barely survive that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm getting no value out of that because I just can't farm at all. The only issue I have with it, if it's a free base where you can have, you can just farm it up easily, it's a good perk to have. It saves you on having the boost for your gunboat, but armor allows you to not the boost for your arm. It saves you from boosting on your gunboat and your damage because you're going to survive forever, just about. And then you don't need as many shocks. But if it's a long base, you will need gunboat still. So there's that. Fire rank armor is number 1 for Zukas. Next up, Ornaments, 3% extra damage for barrage and artillery. Not the greatest, very, very situational. Only use case is taking out very, very tightly packed groups of defenses like your rocket launchers and your shock launchers when they're packed in a 4, where each corner is touching. And also for destroying a core, if it's like at 250, 300k, but not really worth it for me. It costs $7 to activate each one of these. Not worth it. Adrenaline, shoot and move 20% quicker at maximum. So, I used to run this for Zukas, but then I'd rather play safer with armor. Also, I couldn't really tell the difference with or without it with Zukas, because they shoot every 2 seconds, and with this, you're saving yourself 0.4 seconds, or you're getting a 1.6. You can see this more with troops that take longer to shoot, like Rainmakers, your Bombardiers, tanks, Scorchers, just about anything else. Fairly good, but not my favorite anymore, but still very good. Insulation, reduce duration of shocks and stuns and whatever freezes by 50%. Ooh. Okay, I'm 80% sure it does not work with the shock mines because armor does not work against mines, so I don't think that would want to work. It does work for things like cryo bombs and shock launchers and shock blasters. It does not work against like bullet shock. If you're gonna shock your own bullet with your own shock bomb compatibility, it does not do that. So you still have good timing on that. This one could be pretty good for Zookas. This one can be very good for warriors. Zookas takes a bit more prep time to get its full value. I'll explain what I mean in just a moment. So every time you lose a troop, they'll attack 0.6 faster. Now I'm thinking this is based off of the housing space of riflemen, so that 0.6 I think is like equivalent to 1 unit size. So things like this would be double that, so 0.6 times 2 and 0.6 times 3 and then times 14 I think. That's how they're going to calculate that. So why is that good for warriors? So you're going to be rushing for warriors, and so you're going to lose a couple. And so when you lose a couple, you're getting like, let's say, the additional movement speed on all your, attack speed on all the troops. So you're already going to kill the core really quickly. Now with Zookas, it takes a bit more prep time, like I said. So let's take, for example, Tech Crunch. Now, you can farm it, quote unquote. You can farm your 0.6 by single shot defenses with your squishy troops. So these will insta kill my troops, but these will also insta kill. But the difference between these 3 cannons and these 3 defenses right here is these all 3 do splash, whereas these don't. So I can take advantage of that if I want to, if I ever want to run this perk, which I'm not sure if I will or not. But if I go ahead and take out these 3 and I get killed by these 3 over and over and over and over, I'm just farming up the extra damage where I can just throw it back at the core and then just get a quick win. And also if I have break, it'll be like a very insanely quick. It's like a pocket, what do you call it? Speed serum in a way. Of course it's not as good, but it's like just kind of a mini speed serum. So it can be pretty good. Now I'm not sure if it'd be that good for running like things like mechs, bombardiers and all that. I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and test it out every time. Which we got 1 base left and it's Titanic. We have no problem taking this out. We can just punch up the middle or flank around, blah 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 blah. Just do whatever you want, kind of have fun with it. But yeah. So that was Rally. Okay, next up we have Leech. You get extra 20. You steal 25% of the damage that you do. Let's go ahead and hop over to Ike real quick. Oh, I got another engravement. What did I get? Leech. Oh, speak of which, I got Leech. Look at that. Unfortunately, I got the token, which I wanted the green arrow, so I could get my quality up to 14 and increase that number by however much it'll go up when I get it to 14. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, so Leech. All units still themselves 25% of the damage they do. So it's a bit weird to calculate on a Scorcher, but I'd use it. Personally, I use it on Scorchers mainly, and then also can be worked on any type of armor-based army comp. So things like tanks, scorchers, lasers, bombardiers, and mechs, any of the sort. So yeah, the more damage you do, the 25% is gonna take more. That makes sense. Bigger number, math, So it's better if you have a lot of damage. The more damage you have, the more you're healing up. How life leech works. 25% is not great, but it is something. It can help you survive just a bit longer. So yeah, I rank it pretty high for the armor. Armor users, like people that run like armor as in the troop type, not the engravement type. Speaking of which, we only have one engravement at this moment. I'm not sure if we can get an additional one. If we can get an additional one, I will, like, if we can have two at a time, I will go over one set, maybe 1 to 2 sets for armor and 1 to 2 sets for, 1 to 2 sets for, Zukas, I think. Let's see, which one I've not gone over. Did that one. Interference, slow down enemy defenses by 15%. I think it's at max. Not that great. I mean, honestly, why would you want to slow them down when you could just heal through them or take no damage from them? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Personally, I don't like that one. Intel, you gain 35% of the offensive statue boost of opponents. So it's just like the oh no, I haven't gone over this yet. Wait, have I? No, it's okay. Oh, sabotage, we missed that one. So it's also 35%. So if you have a building health statue that's at a 1,000%, and does not mean 1,000 minus the 35. It's like 1,000 times the 35%, and taking off a third of that effectiveness. It goes for both the health and the damage of a statue. So if you have like a 3.4 or 3.6 million core, it can take it down to 2 million just about. So it can be pretty beneficial there. Same thing with the Intel perk. So I don't like Intel only because it's very like one-sided. What I mean by that, it's only used for imitation game and PvP. Why is that? Well, Crab, there's no offensive statues. Gearhart, no offensive. Dr. T, no offensive. And then if there's another one out there I can't think of. So you're really only getting your value out of and also no resource bases either. So yeah, it's only like 2 things out of 4 you're getting your value out of. So really not worth it. Triage is just the equivalent of instant training. So pretty good there. I won't run it because I already had instant training on my account, so don't need it. Then alchemy converts 100% of the loot to balance out your top numbers here. I don't like that. I'll go right into why I don't like that. So you see I have 8.9 and 9.6 8.2. So what that means is I'll need a lot more stone. What does that mean? If I get a lot of very, very high stone bases for one day, that means like if they offer a lot and I get it, well, no, I didn't really get all the stone because a lot of it went back into the other resources that I didn't really need a lot of. So what does that mean? I may not be able to get that upgrade going that day. So I don't really understand the benefit of that. Maybe people will find a benefit for it, but I cannot. So yeah. Now let's go into if we can go up to 2. My go-to. So starting off with armor, I would run leech, get your extra health up. Leech, and then adrenaline. Why those 2? Well, you heal yourself the more damage you do, but if you move faster and attack quicker, you're healing it up quicker, so you're doubling up. So I think that's a good armor comp setup. Okay, now for Zukas. So of course we got to run armor. That's a given. Now, where do I want to go next? I think I'm a bit tied between adrenaline and sabotage. Okay. I think I'm going to have to go with sabotage. The only reason why is that 20% is not going to save me on a 3.6. That much. Because even if I do boost, I might even still get it. But with sabotage, I will be reducing the amount on the core. And then armor will keep me alive forever, assuming I have the correct level of armor and I'm not getting tagged too much and all that. So probably go armor and sabotage if I can have two. If we can ever get to two, that'll probably be my go-to. Yes. Now for another armor, I don't think there's another armor that can really synergize with it. Maybe Leech and Power Surge, maybe. It's a bit iffy there. Or do not say that it's going to have... I only have one Gumbo energy on this account, so if I'm healing up anything extra Gumbo, that could save me, but I'd rather have the Adrenaline plus the... Oh, there we go. There we go. Damage back a core, and there we go. So, now we can just lap around base, go flares, all the way around, and then bam. Yeah, so I think that calls it for today's video. So we went through each engravement, and then different builds I thought of, and all the sort, my opinions on each engravement, and all that. Yeah, the only reason I didn't record this earlier is because I've been sick for about a week, not like super sick, but just, sinuses, running nose, extremely sore throat when I wake up, so I didn't really feel like recording it earlier, and also I just got to cut up with farming up my other accounts, getting the Gumbo, getting the powder, getting the lab going, getting the buildings going, so I can get that XP rolling out, so I can eventually get up to HQ 27 across the board. But yeah, I hope y'all like this video. Just want to see who was a shadow requested the other day. Let me go ahead and find him. YouTube post video, la la la. Oh yeah, and another thing, I don't remember if I said this or not. Armor does work against barbed wire, so you cannot get hurt and you cannot get slowed. I'm not sure at what level that starts, because mine is level 94, but I will test that out on my lower accounts, assuming we get a good barbed wire base where the wire is like very, very close to the beach, and I have a lower level account that can go over there and just kind of test it out. But, I guess that's all for this video, and I'll be catching y'all next time. So grab it. Oh.